Scallywag. What up, y'all? Welcome back to the next episode of Don't Do That. My bad, right here.
Hero 16 TV.
F it Fridays, y'all.
F it Friday. Happy Independence Day. So,
yes, if you want to call it that. We have Toker's Choice, Keef Covered Joint, Blue OG, Indica Hybrid.
Smoke of the app.
Yes, House of Dank. That is my spot. Make sure you hit them up. They have pretty good deals on each day. One of my favorite days is Wednesdays for wax.
That is the spot.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so today, we are going to let you know that it is a fact that we are in the 250th birthday of
America.
So happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Now we need a rebirth.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's like Jurassic Park.
Something, my God. Okay, so one thing I want to get cleared up here real quick. Because last episode people were talking about Ted Nugent real quick. Let me re-Google this real quick. There we go. So I want to make sure that I get this out there.
Because we have our facts straight.
Because I do have my facts straight. So let me make sure I allow these few people to know exactly who it is. So I can let them know that they are wrong and I am right. Again. Because again, it's called Google, you guys. Make sure you use this. Make sure you use it accordingly.
It's called vetting your information.
So Scott-SB1XI at Kevin Kramer. Oh, I forgot that part too to be able to make sure I tagged you in it. And
just answering your question and letting
D Grotto. Also, so the answer to your unnecessary comment, actually, to correct you, because you did not ask a question, you tried to tell me what it was, says no, Ted Nugent would not be allowed to legally carry his gun inside the City Hall court office in Lansing, Michigan. Here's why. It prohibits firearms in the courts. You are not. He is not. In summary, Michigan law generally prohibits firearms in the courts. And the reason why is because he is not on duty law enforcement. If you are off duty and you do not have permission from the people there, you are not allowed to carry it in. That is the reason why he did it to begin with. To prove a point and to show how easy it is to get a firearm in there. Please use the internet that is provided to you. You have Google, you have Bing, you have Bang, you have Yahoo still. You have the world literally in the palm of your hands.
And
use it.
I was actually hitting the weed a little harder during that segment because he told us to stop smoking the reefer or something like that. Like we were smoking too much weed because Ted Nugent is law enforcement. You guys need to lay off of the weed.
He was one.
No, you need to smoke more weed.
Because one, he was not being paid for his time. Okay, let's make sure that's there, because he was not on the clock. He was not there for a job. He was not an on-duty officer. He did not get permission from the courts to be able to bring the gun into it. If you do the search on your Google.
That's probably why they reported it
in the first place. Okay, so do you want to start or should I start? I'm going to get off that nonsense.
I'll start.
Yes, thank you.
So going from the
Ellie, here you go, babe.
going from heavy to a little light.
No, it wasn't really that heavy. That was just a checkpoint.
Oh yeah, that was just comment clowns. Actually, that was just comment clowns. I forgot about that. So, what we want to talk about is movies in July. Movies in July. What movies are you wanting to see? Because there are 3 movies, huge blockbuster films, all coming out in July. Well, actually, one of them is in theaters now, and that is Jurassic World Rebirth. That is in theaters right now, and everybody is, of course, the Jurassic Park movies do $1 billion.
Yeah, they do.
Every time they drop. This one has Mahershala Ali because he was not busy doing the Blade movie. Looking at you, Marvel.
Nah, no.
Or are we looking at
I'm looking at Mahershala.
because
Come
he couldn't
on, you
decide on the
kept
script?
denying
No,
the
man, that's not
scripts.
good enough.
If Kevin Feige signed off on the script, bro, it was good enough. It was good. I'm just saying.
I know you got to follow up Wesley and everything,
but you're not. I mean,
Come on,
respectfully,
man.
you have to build up to that. That was a good build up.
Come on, man.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Jurassic World has Mahershala Ali. It also has
Scarlett
Johansson and a ton of dinosaurs. They got some morphed out alien looking dinosaurs going on in it. So you probably want to check that out. Now, what we will give you out of the theater reactions to will be, of course, Superman, and of course,
Fantastic.
the Fantastic Four.
Well, I was going to say number 2.
Yeah, number 2, the Fantastic Four. We will definitely give you out of the theater reviews for that. Of course, Superman is hitting theaters July 11th. That is James Gunn taking over the DCU instead of Zack Snyder's DCEU. And of course, you got Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, David Corenswet as Superman, and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. You got other actors. I don't know the guy who's playing Mr. Terrific. He's got one of those names that I don't want to butcher. So I'll just say he was in X-Men First Class as Darwin.
Oh, wow. Yep, all grown up now.
He was in Twilight as Laurent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, my man is Mr. Terrific. Of course, they got Guy Gardner is
Green Lantern.
Yeah, but I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. And of course, Isabella Marced as Hawkgirl. Then of course you got Reed Richards and the Fantastic
Pedro
Four, Pascal, Vanessa Kirby.
FYI, we wouldn't even have a Pedro Pascal if it wasn't for his immigrant parents.
Oh yeah. But you know what? Actually, we wouldn't even have a Donnie Two Dolls if it wasn't for his immigrant parents. But yeah, we digress.
Okay, we digress.
Let's go to the next thing.
All right.
Movies.
All right, so for mine, we all know results for P. Diddy's trial. We all know. Max of possible 20 years, and that's it. 10 years, I believe they said 10 years for each.
Man.
And then max possible 20 years. Who knows how much time served? Who knows how much they might not actually charge him for? They might make an example out of him. They might not. They might throw the book at him. They might not. Man. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Okay.
The diddler
survived. So, celebrities. This is written by Maya Abraham on the Vibe. Okay. So, Tiny Harris is passed through services amid reaction to Diddy verdict. You should have been the last to comment. Okay, now, obviously, following the things that had happened, Tiny had some things to say about his release. Now, it's been a since deleted comment, and this is what she wrote.
Boy. She
says, "Yay! Praise hands emojis. Yay! People want to charge you so bad for being freaky is nasty work. Tiny. 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 A lot of people.
Several seats, please.
So, it all stemmed from Kim Porter's best friend. Shame on you, by the way. Shame on you, Ebony Electra. Shame on you. Her reaction to Combs' partial acquittal, she praised God and said on Instagram, opinions, we are all entitled to them. Mistakes, we all make them. Judging, we all do it. Gossip, we are all guilty of it. God's will is higher than any opinion, mistake, judgment, or gossip. Who are we to judge? That's God's job. What would Kim Porter do, Ebony? I'm not going to sit here and say Cassie was there. She had no part. I don't, whatever. She was still complicit, regardless of how you take it. Did she deserve any of the beatdowns she got? Absolutely not. I don't care. Nobody deserves beat down like that. I don't give a damn. But Tiny, you are kind of, not very, very, very good. So fans immediately fired back, resurfacing the 2024 sexual assault lawsuit that accused Harris and husband T.I. of drugging and raping an Air Force veteran back in 2005. They had a similar accusation back in 2021 from a different alleged victim. One person commented, "We all know how you and T.I. get down. How y'all made that case disappear, I don't know, but you should have been the last to comment on this." Another replied, "Tiny knows exactly why she said that. All of us in Atlanta knows about her and her husband and what they be doing. She can go to hell." So they basically, a lot of people are definitely allowed to have their public opinion heard, ma'am. Because at the end of the day, one person is dead or unalived and no longer with us under mysterious circumstances. I'm just saying.
A lot of mysterious circumstances.
So how many mistakes did he have to make before he learned, the years, decades of mistakes that he made? How many of those mistakes, Ebony, did you enjoy? All of them?
Inquiring minds.
Inquiring minds would love to know.
Inquiring minds.
Okay.
So now.
Oh, God. Make America pay reparations.
Let's talk about Trump's big, beautiful,
ugly
bill.
Forgery.
It's just a bill. Yeah, it's only a bill.
Can you pay my bills?
And
my
only
governmental
rich
bills
folks are gonna get a thrill. Well, now it's gonna be a big tax cut, but probably just for the rich. And big border control. Yeah, that'll be a bitch. And he says it's a big spending cut. Oh, yes, they hope and pray that he will. But anyway, Trump signs the big, beautiful bill today. Look at Jubilee fall. He signs the big, beautiful bill today. Actually, it was earlier today. And he said this is the great way to give America its 250th birthday by signing the big, beautiful bill. It says he says it's the largest tax cut in American history. He also said it's the largest spending cut in American history. And then the largest border control investment in American history.
Who's about to pay for all that?
Oh yeah, it's something about $3 trillion.
Who's about to pay for all that?
Something about
who's
increasing
about
the deficit.
to pay for all that, you guys?
Um,
To all you Trump supporters, hard-ons, just all for him.
Now, this is why I don't understand why anyone would have a hard on for this idea.
How are we going to pay for that?
When he says it's a big, beautiful bill, I get the same vibe as Make America Great Again. Because how is the bill beautiful when nearly 12 million Americans will be at risk of losing health care? That's just one point of this bill. That is a huge negative. Just one point. What else is in this bill that's going to affect us? Like, what else is in this?
Yeah, I wonder how much I'm going to have to pay for my health care coverage now.
Yeah,
I pay for my
it's
stuff.
It's beautiful for him, but then again, the bill is beautiful to him, but then again, to him, there was a point where America was actually great.
Yeah, of course it was. Of course it was. You know, my parents were born in late 50s, early 60s. You guys want to talk about how long ago it was?
My mom was born in 50. And yeah, my grandma used to tell me about all of that. The separate water fountains, the getting sprayed, the colored bathrooms, the colored everything. Yeah. So, making America great again, I don't get it. Big, beautiful bill when 12 million Americans will more than likely go without health care, probably die. But it's beautiful.
Right.
Tax cut, right? Largest tax cut in American history. But for who?
Exactly.
I can guarantee you, and Barbara Ann used to say this all the time, this Ma Dukes. I can guarantee you $10 to a bucket of shit. The tax cuts ain't for nobody down here. The millionaires, though, them corporations, his buddies, the ones that go golfing with the Grand Dragon, they gonna get them tax cuts. They gonna get them tax cuts.
There is. All right, now to the heavy. Pop that window, babe. I'm just going ahead, pop that window.
Okay.
It's already a lot of weed smoke in here. Lord have mercy. Okay. All right. So we're going to talk about Joseph Mann. Now this was 9 years ago. Okay. 9 years ago. On July 11th, 2016, Randy Lazoya and John Tennis, two Sacramento police officers, attempted to run over and then later shoot and killed Joseph Mann, a 51-year-old mentally ill and homeless African-American man armed with a knife. Now, police received 911 calls about a man standing in the street waving a knife. Dispatchers told police that man had a knife and a gun, and that he was acting erratically. Man was carrying a 4-inch knife when police encountered him, but no gun was ever found. Man did not cooperate with the first officers who arrived at the scene. Man's family describes him as doing karate moves and zigzagging back and forth across the street as he tried to walk away from the officers. The initial responding officers ordered Man to drop his knife and get on the ground. He did not comply and instead threw a thermos at the police cruiser and shouted threats as he walked down Del Paso Boulevard. When LaZoya and Tennis arrived, their cruiser's dash cam audio recorded one of them as saying, "F this guy. I'm going to hit him." The other officer replies, "Okay, go for it. Go for it." They missed Man the first time and attempted again to try and hit him with their cruiser. As they accelerated toward Man, one officer said, "Watch it, watch it, watch," as Man jumped into the median strip to avoid the cruiser. After missing Man the second time, the other officer said, "We'll get him, we'll get him." They stopped the cruiser, exited, and chased Man on foot. The officers fatally shot Man moments later. Police fired 18 shots, 14 of which hit Man. The Sacramento Bee suggested that Man was about 27 feet from the officers when he was shot. Man died on the scene. So, we have, doesn't even look like any, doesn't even, I don't even see any kind of.
I'm just like, that was the conversation between
They cleared the two officers of any legal wrongdoing, concluding that they were justified in shooting Man. But after an initial investigation by Sacramento Police Department, neither Tennis nor LaZoya remain on the force. But the thing is here, you blatantly were going to try to kill him, self-harm him in any way, shape, or form and not have nothing to feel for.
Premeditated. I couldn't.
But yet you only lose your job. There's no prison time, no nothing, no sentencing, nothing, nor court dates, no nothing.
Wow.
Protest, that's all you get.
And then y'all.
But no change.
Didn't they wonder why somebody don't want to get out the car?
This was a homeless man.
Location.
Dispatch lied and said there was a gun. Nobody even said to them that there was a gun. All right. Dispatch told them that there was a gun. Where's the justification for this man's death?
There is none. There is none.
Premeditated, and yet they get off. Guys are freaking insane.
With all of this, right? This is supposed to inspire us to comply in traffic stops when all we're supposed to get in a traffic stop is a ticket, but they want to search the vehicle. They want you to get out the vehicle so they can antagonize you and get you angry so that you can say or do something so they can increase your charges and really ruin your day.
And again, plenty of this stuff is right there on the internet, literally. YouTube, right here on this exact platform.
Dude.
You can see all this for your own eyes and you can sit there and tell me that it's okay. This is why I sit here and I always have this conversation. If I get that it's ingrained in a lot of white people's minds and all this stuff or whatever and growing up. But at the end of the day, how can something be so ingrained whenever you can sit there on the same exact platform, see this situation happen, right? But you can't seem to say, "Oh, well, I'm colorblind." So you're telling me that it's okay then? If you're colorblind, you should be seeing this person as a white person, right? Right? Because a white person has no color, right?
Whatever terminology suits their purpose at that particular time so that they can
Y'all
stay
can go to hell.
indifferent.
Any more excuses? I can't.
That's the terminology.
I just don't get it.
People who are insincere and disingenuous and what they're saying when they say they are not racist and that they are down for the cause and that they do not want to see America be this way. Actions speak louder than words. If you're there at the barbecue and your uncle is calling black people coons and monkeys, and you just letting it fly because you don't want to be the odd man out at the family gathering, then guess what? You're complicit in the racism. You're participating in the racism. People who participate in racism.
But make America great again, right? We want to go back to that, right? Where was it great? The only time it seems to be great for y'all is whenever you see a black man running away from a situation and getting shot in the back.
Multiple times.
Multiple times. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and get notified for each and every time we drop new content. We'll see you next time on Mad as Hell Monday. Peace.